Hi, Kate from Whutsy here, and I am super excited to share this brand new AI feature. And I've been really diving deep into AI and the power of it and the future of it. And if you saw my last video with ChatGPT, you'll kind of see how I'm like exploring that. But this just popped up to me as an opportunity to discuss. It's brand new. It's, I think, only been out and available for a few days. And this is automation. And I love automation. And I'm talking about Etsy Shop and social media, automating those things. So it doesn't come across as spammy or just the same thing posting over and over again. And that's what I use IFTTT for. And that's short for if then that. And I don't think I've made any videos. Maybe I have in the past about this tool, but you can use this tool for a lot of things. But one of the things I do love about it is the ways I can use it with my Etsy shop. And how I've been using it in the past is to automate my social media on a basic level. Basically, anytime someone buys something from my shop, it sends out a trigger that says, hey, someone bought something from my shop. Why don't you post to my Twitter? Why don't you post to my Facebook? And then now I have an active Twitter and I have an active Facebook page. But I will be honest, it's pretty generic. It's the same message over and over again. The only thing that changes is the link in the post. So it can be pretty exhausting and overwhelming for any of my actual followers because they're just seeing the same thing over and over again. And I've known this is a problem, but still, I'm only one person. And no matter how boring that sounds, it's still better than never posting in my mind, because I just don't have time to post on social media. I'm busy with my Etsy shop. I'm busy trying to grow my other businesses and side hustles. That posting to social media to me isn't on my top priority list, though I do understand the power of growing an audience on there. So if you're anything like me and you're really not a fan of posting on social media and having that consume hours of your day, and then this is the video for you. So just come into this with an open mind, take a look at it, try it out if you want to try it. Everything we talk about comes with a free trial, and then you also get a discount code if you decide you like the service and want to go with it. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about automating your social media for your Etsy shop. And why would you want to do this? Well, I like to think that any time that I'm spending on social media is taking away from either providing customer service on my Etsy shop, answering questions, or improving my listings, or coming up with new product ideas and making sales. That's my personal opinion. There is a place for social media, but I think there's a balance where time versus return can become skewed a little bit, and we need to really kind of hone it in, figure out a way to spend the appropriate amount of time on social media for the appropriate amount of return we get by driving sales to our Etsy shop. So the tool we're going to use is if then that, and it's IFTTT. Now, if you use the link I have it in the description below the video, also pinned in the comments, and use my coupon code, you get the free trial and then a discount if you do decide to sign up. So go ahead and use that discount, that link, and you'll be all set with that. And just as a disclosure, they are sponsoring this video, but I saw this tool and I personally reached out to them to get that sponsorship because I saw this as an amazing opportunity for people like me. And I've been using this tool for years for other purposes. So I've been using them for years. I love their tools in general. They're very affordable when it comes to these kinds of tools. And these new features, I feel like what they're offering and the price they're offering them for is a great deal at this moment. So I really wanted to put this video out right away. So you got an opportunity to lock in that great price. If they do end up increasing their pricings, they might do some sort of legacy thing. They've done that in the past. So I also want to talk a little bit about how If Then That uses automation. So they're kind of an in-between. You can think of them as a middleman. Your Etsy shop is talking to If Then That, and If Then That is then talking to Facebook or Twitter or whatever social media you direct it to. And so they're that go-between, taking that information Etsy puts out, filtering it through whatever instructions you give it, and then they're sending that message to post on your Facebook on your behalf. And so how does your Etsy shop talk to If Then That? Well, it's something called an RSS feed. And every Etsy shop has an RSS feed. And when we talk about RSS feeds, it's generally we're talking about blogs. All blogs are essentially an RSS feed, which is information. So when you post, you're updating your RSS feed with the information of the post, being the title, the author, the date of the post, the entire contents of the post, any links, referring links, source links, all the things that are associated with that blog post. That information is then condensed and put into code, which you're seeing on the screen here, which is an RSS feed. Now, this is the RSS feed for my Whutsy Etsy shop, which is currently on hiatus, closed down, but the RSS feed still exists. So if you go to yours, it'll look a lot different than mine because there's no information here, just that the shop exists, not sales. And what is cool about Etsy Shop RSS feeds and why they're really powerful is every time you make a sale, your RSS feed updates. So you make a sale, then that information of the listing that sold is put into the RSS feed. And you can access this. Anyone can find this if you know this information. It does exist out there, but it's a great tool for you to use for your own shop. Because what's that RSS feed update? Well, that's the trigger. That's what tells If Then that something's happened on the RSS feed and they need to make something happen, make that action follow through. Okay, so we have someone buys the listing in your shop, a mug, and you have 10 of these mugs in stock, it'll update in your RSS feed. If someone buys something and there's 0 left in stock, that does not update in your RSS feed. So that trigger is what we will use, that information in that trigger is what we'll use to talk to Facebook and Twitter. But what's the real powerful thing is the go-between, is these AI services that If Then That is now introducing, where they're using AI to generate the text for you in that post, meaning it's going to generate short form content based on the RSS feed information. It's going to include a link. It's going to summarize or write something short based on the information. So the RSS feed, what is it updated with? Your most recent Etsy listing sale. All that information, the title of the listing, your entire description, the price, the link to the page to purchase, and a few other things. So the AI is going to read that most recent update on your RSS feed, your most recent sale, all that information, learn about it a little bit, and spit out a short form content for a social media post. And then they're going to, then that is going to take that information and post it to Twitter for you or to Facebook for you. Now, it's a little bit scary because you're giving control over your brand and your writing to AI. And that's why I'm saying this is a test. I haven't actually utilized this yet. I've set up one of my Etsy shops with this information, and I haven't been making any sales the past 2 days. It's been pretty slow for me. But as soon as I make some sales, I'm really excited to see what that does, because in the past, right before this happened, I was using if then that to just tweet out a generic message with the link based on that RSS feed. But now they're going to be using the AI to create unique content, and it'll be different. Okay, so that's kind of how cool this is. And I really do think you should try it and see. And you can always go in and delete social media posts, and you can always go in and turn off this feature if you're like, this is weird. This isn't me. This isn't my voice. This isn't helping. So what AI are they using? They're using ChatGPT, which is OpenAI's product for AI chatbots. So it's telling ChatGPT, here's this information, this Etsy shop listing, basically just shoving all that information into ChatGPT and asking for a short form social media post about this information. And it will create that. And you can go into ChatGPT yourself. I have a video on the channel where I showed you how to use it. You can go in there and try it. You can copy your entire Etsy listing, paste it into ChatGPT, and ask it to create a short form social media post based on this information. See what it comes back with. You can even tell it to be like, I want a funny post. I want a professional post. I want a, come up with your own adjectives. It could be artsy if that's your brand. You can kind of get a little into the details about it and tell it what you want. Okay, so if you're a little bit scared about giving AI the power to take over your social media, I completely understand. And that's why I'm just experimenting with this and I'm testing this. And I'm putting this out here to the information to my audience because I want to hear back from you. I want to hear in the comments, what did it post for you? Was it totally crazy and doesn't make any sense? Did it work? Did it not work? Was it amazing? Is it actually engaging with your audience? Now, people might comment or like a post, but you have to reply if people comment. That's still up to you. Okay, so that's how this automation works. And I'm going to walk you through setting it up. So we go through the link in the description of this video, or it's also pinned in the comments, and I'll take you to this page, which goes over all the AI services that they are launching. And it says they literally launched these today, it says in this post. And I think this post came out 3 days ago. This is at the end of March 2023. So if you are watching this video in the future, you may see more options. There may be more things that they've grown from this. And you'll see that there's lots of other tools here that you maybe could think of other ways to use for either your business, personal life, or others. If you have a blog or other things to help you in your daily life, besides what I'm going to be showing you today. So I encourage you to check it out. So they have 3 new services: the AI Social Creator, which generates short form social content for social media posts. And that's what we're going to look at today. But they also have an AI Content Creator, which generates long form content like blogs and outlines. And then they also have a Summarizer, which generates summaries of content like blogs and meeting notes. So these all could be used in different ways. Okay, so you can kind of expand your reach beyond just using it for your Etsy shop. You might find other reasons to use this tool. And with the subscription, you get, I think you can use one of each of these tools, so you can try them out. Now we're going to look at the AI Social Creator first. Supercharges your automated posts and generates unique content to engage with your audience. So there you go. That's exactly what I'm looking for, because I'm using automated posts and mine are humdrum, boring, not getting any views, not getting any interaction, but I'm just trying to use them to keep my social media alive in the meantime while I'm really too busy to be posting. So it says here, AI generated tweets from your blog posts. And you're like, wait, hold on. We're talking about Etsy shop, not blog posts. Yes. What did I talk about in the RSS feed? An RSS feed is generally used most commonly for blogs, but RSS feeds are also used for marketplaces and things like that. And your Etsy shop has an RSS feed. So the only thing you need to know to find your RSS feed is to go to your shop, the home page, etsy.com/shop/your shop name. And then you just add another slash RSS at the end. And that's all you have to do. And once you do that, you'll be taken to this page. There's no way to find the link or, get it from somewhere else. You have to type this in, and then you'll be able to find your link. And when you go to Etsy, if you ever see these question marks and then text at the end, you can just delete that and you'll see that's the link you want. Okay. And then it's nice and clean looking. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to decide how we want to use the social content creator. I thought they had Facebook. No, I guess it's just Twitter at the moment. So they have Twitter and then they have LinkedIn. So if you're using LinkedIn for your Etsy shop, or if you're using Twitter, or if you're not using Twitter, but you're thinking about using Twitter, this is a great way to test out this feature and use Twitter. Because if you're not using Twitter very much, or you don't even have a Twitter, you could set one up and start using this. And you're not going to get a lot of views at the beginning. Whenever you start a new social media account, it's hard to get any kind of traction out there. So this might be a way to test it out and see if you like it. And you can pay attention to my channel and know I'll keep you updated if they put Facebook out or other places to post. That would be really interesting if they got Pinterest in here and other things. So right now I'm just going to show you Twitter because that's the most basic one. And if you use LinkedIn for your business, you could do LinkedIn as well. So to get started, all we do is click on that. Look at that. And we're taken to the page to create the, I guess, what will we call it? Automation. Create the automation. Okay. So the first thing you have to do is you do need to create an account with if, then, and that. And you can easily do that with your Google account or your Apple account. See, if I just try and click connect, it's going to prompt me to get started. So I'm going to just go ahead and continue with Google and log into my Google account. All right, so now I'm logged in and it should have taken you back to the page we were just on once you've created an account. If you haven't taken you back to this page, you can again use the link in the comments to take you here, because that's the only page as of this moment that has these triggers available. You can't find it anywhere else. So you have to use that link to find the right page. All right, so now I'm logged in and I'm just gonna click connect. And it's prompting me to upgrade already. And that's because I have already used up my trial. So I'm going to, I have a free 7-day trial. So that's what's popping up here. And here is $5 a month if billed annually, or $6 a month billed monthly. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me and forget sometimes to cancel the trials. So I'm going to check the monthly one. So I know if I forget to cancel, I'm only out $6 instead of the yearly one, because I can always upgrade to yearly if I decide I really like it. And another little hack that I like to do whenever I do free trials is I add that to my calendar and create an alert to remind me to cancel the day before a trial expires. So that's my little hack for getting around this. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in my credit card. And I'm going to apply the promo. That's the promo code. Make sure you use it. And that gets 20% off the first payment. So unfortunately, that's 20% off $6. So if you use the promo code on the yearly, you'll definitely get a better deal. But, it's up to you. If you think you won't forget to cancel, go ahead with the yearly. All right, so once I've signed up for the trial, it's taken me right here to the Applet settings. So this is where we tell what they call the Applet, what I've been calling the automation, what to do. Because right now it's just saying, okay, I'm going to take some information, rewrite it, and then send it to Twitter. But I'm not telling them where I'm coming from and where it's going exactly. So this is what we're setting up. Now, what you can do for your first time using this is check this box, says notify me when this runs. So you'll get an email letting you know that the applet ran. And then you can go ahead and go to your Twitter and check and see the post and see if what happened, what came out. Now, the first thing is the new feed item. This trigger fires every time a new item is added to the feed you specify. So what happens is in our Etsy Shop RSS feed, it updates every time you make a sale, and it updates with that item. So, and why I like this trigger, it's just a way to automate. There's no other way to automate your Etsy shop. This is the only trigger. So that's what I'm going to use. So you want to go to etsy.com/shop/your shop name/RSS. And you're just going to copy that URL and you're just going to paste it right in there. Okay, so it'll look just like this, except for your shop name instead of Whutsy will be there. And then it says, generate a social media update for a blog post. So it's calling it a blog post, but it's our Etsy shop feed. It's going to work the same way. Now you have the option of adding a tone. So we're talking about this earlier about how we can tell ChatGPT how we want to communicate. They have it defaulting to excited, but you could do funny, you could do casual, you could do witty, you could do sarcastic, etc. I probably wouldn't do sarcastic, but if that's your brand, do it. I think probably a good baseline would be professional to start with, or if you're a more artsy brand, you could go with casual, or if you're a more enthusiastic brand, you could go with excited and see how those go. And you can always come back here and change this and see the different versions of the tone and how it comes out. But I'm pretty boring. And when testing things, I like to do the most boring just to see like the baseline, you know, and I feel like professional is probably going to be the most boring. And then I can go from there. Now, if you're concerned about picking up funny or casual or something, and that there might be something offensive posted, in general, ChatGPT is on a short leash when it comes to humor and offensive content. If pushed, yes, you can get it to say things that are kind of maybe controversial is the word. I wouldn't use the word inappropriate because that's, I think left to a few really dangerous subjects. But the tone, the actual baseline for ChatGPT is pretty bland, pretty dad jokes, maybe not even dad jokes, because sometimes dad jokes can be a little bit risque. I mean, like really like low level humor, puns, that kind of thing. So if that's not your brand, then I wouldn't pick funny, but it'd be interesting to see what it comes out with. And then you set the next step is post a tweet. This action will post a new tweet to your Twitter account. Note the please adhere to the rules and terms of service, of course. So yes, your account could get shut down by an AI tweet if it breaks the terms of service. So just keep that in mind. So here you're going to select your Twitter account. Mine's already connected because I did that already. If you need to, you can add a new account and make sure you link that Twitter account. Now, if you don't have a Twitter account, it might be worth creating one just to try this out, try out these features to see if you like it. And then eventually, if you do, they do release a Facebook version of this or some other social media like Pinterest version of this, then you could use it fairly quickly and very easily for those other social medias because you already have the account, you've tested it, you liked what it did. Once that's connected, you just click save. And there you go. You're ready to rock. Where it says connected, that means you are ready to go. And next time you make a sale on Etsy and your RSS feed updates, it's going to tweet to your Twitter account. And you will get a notification when this runs because we checked this box and we can go check it out and see what happens. Okay. So I hope this walkthrough helped you out. And if you ever decide you want to shut this off, you just have to click where it says connected. You just click that and now it's disconnecting and now it's not connected. Then you can connect it again and say we want to make changes to the tone. So when you go into your if then that account, you click on this particular applet. It'll be listed in your section called My Applets when you're logged in. You open it like this and you click Settings. And then here is where you can edit. And this looks a little bit different than we did on the setup. So I'll show you how to do it here. What we needed to change, so the feed is the same. We're still using the same feed. Now, if you have multiple Etsy shops and you want to try on different feeds, you could do that. You could change the feed. All you'd have to do is click edit. But what we want to change is the tone of the post. Maybe we didn't like the professional tone and we want to make it a little bit more like light and fun. We can click edit next to the generate social media update for a post. And here's the tone. So we can change something to more casual, more relaxed, maybe a little fun. And then you can see here, we're given more things we can edit. You can see it shows the entry URL. So that's pulling from the RSS feed, the actual listing URL. But you can also edit it by clicking make it your own. And you can convert this. And now we can fully edit this. So here it says add ingredient. We can pick different content here, okay? So entry URL is the one we want to use here. Title that's now the title of your blog post. And the entry content, and this is the content created by the AI. So what I might change in here is the actual entry title, because it's going to be the title of my listing. And I don't know about you, but my Etsy titles are maybe not that exciting, and they would use up a lot of characters in a tweet. So what I would do is actually just delete this and leave it like that. Or I could say, try one of our best-selling, or check out one of our bestsellers. And then the AI will create the rest of the content. Or personally, I would probably just leave this blank. And but now I'm looking at this here and it says the title of the blog post to be linked to. So I would play around with this then. I would leave it as entry title and see what comes out. And if you're seeing the actual title of your listing in the post, then I would come back and delete this. And then once we've made our changes and we've done some testing and we've got it to how we want, we can hit update query. Now we can also edit the entry content. So it's automatically going to create the AI generated content, but we can also add something to the end. If we have a special emoji we always use, or a tagline, something like that, you can add it to the post either at the end or at the beginning of the content. So that's an option too. And so this is why you can play around with this and kind of make it your own. And then we're going to hit update query when we're done. And then it's going to post the tweet. And if we click edit here, you'll see the tweet text is the content. And I also want to make sure that we add the entry URL here so that there is a link in the tweet. I'm going to click save, and the applet's now saved. So now I know there'll be a link in the tweet, and then they'll also have that AI generated content kind of summarizing whatever the listing that sold was. So I am super curious to see what comes out. I really would love to see in the comments what you guys come up with using this automation during your trial. I'm really interested in seeing. I can't wait to see what my shop posts. And I'm really looking forward to see what other applets, if then and that, come up with for the social media posts. I really hope they come up with Facebook soon, because I don't use Facebook except for these for my Etsy shop, because I do get some traffic from there. And I also would love to see this for Pinterest, if there was a way to create an image and post to Pinterest using their automations, but that might be a long way off. So let me know what you think. Do you think this is the end of the world, or is this a tool that you could use? I mean, I'm thinking during the holidays when I'm so busy with all kinds of stuff, just trying to get orders out the door, this is a great way just to keep my social media active, maybe switching it on a couple times a year. who knows? And I'd love to see how they expand this, if they allow us to, you know, steer the AI into a direction. Like, so if it is holiday shopping season, we can let them know, like, make it a holiday themed tweet, or if it's around Mother's Day, we could say make this a Mother's Day themed tweet. I would really love to see that kind of expansion and growth out of these applets. So I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.